So what happened 4 years ago?
I had a sign that I built out of cast iron letters,
Uh-huh.
and they bumped it off.
They stole your design.
Took it to China. Made
You
it.
must be a pretty good designer.
Well,
So what is it that you have here?
I
this
built it out of just all sorts of old material, and then
so you build letters out of old material.
flowers as well.
Flowers and letters.
And I've been building cabinets for years, but I.
So when you were a young man, what was your favorite kind of soup? Was it alphabet soup by any chance?
I have a liking for alphabet soup.
I would assume so.
But that was an expensive soup. We always had to have tomato.
Oh, I see. That was the expensive soup. So, may I ask you, how did you get the idea to make all these fabulous letters?
I've been doing it 18 years. And
Yeah, but how did you get the idea? What made you decide? Are you a writer? Are you a frustrated writer? Do you have a screenplay in your pocket?
I like the sound of my voice, but I just.
So you are Fred Grandy.
Yeah.
And is this what you do for a living on a full-time
Full-time.
basis? You must be quite a professional because this booth that you have here, it's huge. It looks like you've done this.
You got to get to work if you're going to work.
It looks. So what time did you get here? About 4 o'clock in the morning.
They let us in at 4:30.
Where else do you set up besides here?
Alameda.
Alameda.
And I'm beginning to put together my own gigs in different places. I do the flowers I do on 8-foot stems.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm going to start renting some fields here and there out near Napa, nicer town. And I'm just going to sit out in the wine country and
I see.
I'm going to run experiments and because I have big pieces too that I do. And then I have the flowers and I have this backdrop. This is old
So how do you make these letters? How do you cut them out?
plasma cutter.
What is a plasma cutter?
It's a electrical art cutting torch. So it runs on electricity, but it creates a plasma field. And as you're cutting them, it burns right through them.
Now, when you cut these, do you cut one letter at a time, or do you have? So one letter. So how long do you think it took you to make that D? 5 minutes, half hour?
About 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And so, how much does that D sell for?
This one goes for $29.
About $29.
Yeah, if you're selling them as fast as you can make them.
And what are some of the uses that people have had with your letters?
These folks are putting together their kids' names. And then people will do little sayings around the house.
I see.
And then the house numbers. And then marking signage I get store signage. And then I do surrounds for signage. And I've done a thing recently where I've taken these and made these.
Let's.
These into the border, and then done that as a sign on a piece of old wood.
Well, look at that. Oh, this is just fantastic.
And I built in the variety into the design, which means no two really show up the same. And they are, and it's been a lot of play.
So who are some of your artistic inspirations? Who are some of the artists that you admire? Because obviously you're an artist and you've studied it. And,
You know, I'm self-taught. I like
I understand that you're self-taught, but there are probably some artists that you think are great artists.
Well, I like Chihuly's stuff, and
Who stuff?
Chihuly.
Chihuly.
Yeah, I met him. Almost worked with him on a project, but he had a lot of ego. And
an artist with a big ego.
Yeah, he was.
Oh my God! Stop the presses here. So how can someone contact you?
I'll give you an email address. ggdecor.
Very slowly.
ggdecor@yahoo.com.
You have a website?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I've had really bad luck with
And you have a phone number?
510-384-0348.
Great.